low in HP Roshan went from getting knocked back into the wall. Hydration knows he needs to get back on the ground as quickly as possible because Undead is looking for those kills, but Dia comes in as demolition duty for the Tracer player on the Dragons. He picks up Hydration, and now the Doomfist is a non-factor. Surefour firing back though in the 1-for-1. Roshan is down but gets resurrected immediately after.
And I believe that was the Valkyrie coming out from altering, and he dies right away. Shaz able to take him out of the sky. That's a huge kill. It's going to be Big Goose using the Valkyrie here for the Gladiators, as that healing coming from above from Mercy, you know, chaining to everybody should be enough to keep them alive.
That was
Big shot there from Surefour.
Surefour waits until Shusho is ejected from his mech. He times it so that the mini pilot Diva, when she gets knocked out, is vulnerable. She's in midair, she has minimal control. It's easy to pick her off. This is what Shaz does. Note that he's sitting in the back line here, providing healing, but Zenyatta is a support hero that can do so much damage. Altering is forced to pay for his life by going in to resurrect Roshan.
And giving that a shot.
This may be the last chance for the Shanghai Dragons to make further progress on this map. It's 20 seconds in the round. Shaz has his ultimate ability, Transcendence, available. Going to be giving a lot of healing in an area of effect to his teammates. This is the best position he could be in as the Gladiators now. Hydration again, bites off more than he can chew, but manages to get out of jail free with the use of the Meteor Strike. Going to be backing away now. Surefour went down earlier in the fight, but he's brought back up. Hydration again, trying to stay safe. Looking for his next target, but Shaz still has that Transcendence healing ability.
Oh, and he's going to get a big pick. Hydration on altering. You still have that Transcendence. Another pick there for Hydration. Taking out Roshan. This has been a tremendous defense here from the Los Angeles Gladiators. Everybody falling from Shanghai. And this should be a point A hold. Phenomenal defense there from the LA Gladiators.
If there's any statement that you want to be making in your first match in the Overwatch League, let alone your first
If
match.
they do lose this first fight, because you know, the checkpoint, the box of victory is so close for the Los Angeles Gladiators.
There's so much on the line.
Yeah.
What
Oh!
done. That beautiful stuff from Shaz. I told you he was insane in the pregame, and you see it right there. That's a very hard ability to hit. It's a right-click orb of destruction with Zenyatta. You need to predict the player's movement very well, and Shaz nailed it. Undead falls straight into yet another orb, and Shaz is really making an account of himself. He might be a support player, but he's getting a heck of a lot of kills.
And it's hard for Shanghai because when you lose Dia on that Tracer, your star DPS player, it forces the tanks to try and the Los Angeles Gladiators taking map number 1.
And this is the crazy thing about Overwatch, is that sometimes you can have extremely long maps that go for quite some time. We saw Temple of Anubis in the first series. But on a map like Dorado, if the defense...
Pretty much for Shanghai.
Shanghai got their ultimates pretty quickly, but no, altering gets picked up. Bischu take a bow. A great way to start the fight. Now a self-destructing close quarters could be pretty dangerous for the Dragons. Surefour's looking for some explosive AoE damage, and he finds it. Undead had no idea what hit him, and Shaz! What a move from him. The headshot on towards MG. It's impressive the way that Shaz is able to lead his targets to account for the slow travel time of these orbs.
Dive in deep. That'll be the Valkyrie that comes out for the Gladiators as they get very aggressive. Freefield going to use the Transcendence. Shanghai needs to get down towards that point though.
They're running out of time. No time left. They've managed to touch the point before the time ran out, so they're going to get some overtime. Surefour has a Riptire available, but he needs to find a safe space to use it. Looks like this will do the job just fine. Again, looking for his target. He lands the tire on towards a primal range Winston, but there's so much HP available for Roshan that it's barely a tickle. Shaz again tries to stay safe. You can see him and his other support player are getting pestered in the backside, but MG getting desuited in the fight. Shaz is now looking for his opposite number. Freefield goes low. He's down. Shaz wins the 1v1 on the Zenyatta, and now he has so much space to do what he's been doing this whole round. And that's just nasty. Undead falls into the path of an orb. The Gladiators have won that fight out at a crucial moment, and that's going to be it for the round.
And when we go to the overhead map, right here on the high ground, you see it's going to be the push coming in from the Gladiators. They're able to get both supports at the beginning. So what Shanghai also did is, well, Shanghai doesn't get a kill here. It is a bloodbath in favor of the Gladiators. But what they were trying to do...
Roshan forced to jump away. He has healing from his own Zenyatta, but he's so low, he's being pressured out now. Surefour can just sit behind him. How much space does this man have? He's hardly getting harassed. Another Dragon Blade, that might be the final nail in the coffin, but he catches Dia. It's a salvo of shurikens that claims the life of his opposite number. Now chasing down the Mercy. Altering can't escape. Freefield's gonna fall next. It was Remix combining with Surefour and the Dragon Blade, this time having a huge impact for the Canadian player. Surefour, again, trying to avoid the explosion there from the self-destruct of the Diva, and Undead pretty much on his own here. He's down. Not much the Doomfist can do, and that's gonna be it. The Gladiators only needed to get 1/3 or 33% of the capture process on that second map.
Putting down a decent amount of damage also to keep her healing far up, right? I mean, she can only heal for so much, and then she needs to get more resources. Hydration now in the sky, just able to put down a ton of damage. Freefield gets very weak there. They're going to have to heal for him. Bischu, though, goes in, finishes the kill off. That's what we see a lot with, Pharah Tracer combinations, right? That time it's Pharah Diva. Pharah puts down some damage with the rockets. Tracer comes in, cleans it up. A lot of kills being cleaned up by the Gladiators. 2 direct shots from Hydration will take out Undead. This first point will go to the Gladiators.
Hydration finds Undead with the barrage of rockets coming down. Free feels alive for the time being, but Big Goose is trying to chase him down. The rest of the Gladiators seem to have found their marks now, and they're feeling it. Pulse bomb dropped by Dia, but no one connects with it. And we see quickly, Hydration tries to get into the air, but he's taken down. Roshan holds to the point. It's going to be a long fight, ladies and gentlemen. Strap yourselves in. Big Goose sits back comfortably now. MG tries to take to the sky, but Altering's low. He got too close to Asher. Picked him off long range with the pulse pistols. Asher with all the room in the world to work with here, and MG is going to get demeched as well.
Yeah, and Shaz pops the Valkyrie there, keeps everybody alive, brings Hydration back at the beginning of the fight. Now you're starting to see the kills go in favor of the Gladiators. They'll take possession of the point quick. Overtime will disintegrate at a rapid...
Fist of Fury from the primary twister, but Roshan gets nothing done with it. It's all bluff and blunder, and to no avail. Shaz picks him off. The damage from the Zenyatta again continuing to be strong. We're in overtime now. Los Angeles are in control of the point. Last chance saloon for Shanghai to bring this back in free fill. It's turned into expensive cutlery. The Omnic Monk is no more, and Hydration makes it 3. Beautiful stuff from the Gladiators, and once again, it's a map that goes to the purple and white.
The Gladiators were able to force free fill there in the last fight to use that Transcendence a little bit early. Again, Hydration out 4 players. You changed 4 heroes on your lineup, so you're gonna reset all the ults. You didn't really build up towards much there. It'll be Surefour up top here, just still firing down rockets on the Pharah. He's gonna have that barrage. But you have Undead going over to the McCree. MD is gonna play Tracers. Nice shots come out there from Undead. Get him pretty weak. Now Surefour is gonna go on the flank. He has a big barrage set up here.
Not bad. Let's get a 1 kill. And Surefour obviously being protected for the most part there by Bischu. The defense matrix was placed over Surefour, kind of makes a bit of a cone of silence, makes it very, very hard to stop that Pharah from getting optimum damage. And they're going to chase these kills. They're going to get themselves extra ultimate percentage, and it's also going to be longer before the Dragons are going to have 6 men to come back with. Surefour's got to respect this. Undead will punish him, and that may have been an overextension.
Now they'll start to push on through.
1 tick for the Dragons so far, and now the Gladiators have to get involved in this fight. Shaz playing very carefully. He doesn't know quite where the Dragons are set up, but he knows he needs to contribute in terms of the damage, and it looks like the Gladiators are making it happen. Roshan gets taken down by Bischu as he charges headlong in towards his Simeon assailant. It's going to be Undead to fall, and Shaz is in a rough position, but the rest of his team is there to protect him. Great peel from the tanks of the Gladiators allows Shaz to do damage and to stay alive.
And the Gladiators are able to hold on to that Transcendence. They only have to use the Valkyrie here to stay alive. You can take a look from Asher's POV. That's the pulse bomb that takes out 5 King.
Yeah, almost had himself 2 kills for the price of 1 there, but it seems to have
so difficult to look up to get any type of contest on the Surefour there. 30 seconds left here. It's not looking good for Shanghai to make any type of push towards taking point A.
It's so rough for Undead as a McCree player. Yeah. You've got to look both behind you and above you at the same time. Being harassed by a Tracer and a Pharah is one of the most unpleasant things about playing McCree. And I don't blame Undead for struggling there. He did start the fight off well with that first kill.
And look to see if Big Goose gets this Valkyrie. The Gladiators play pretty aggressive, pop the Valkyrie early and take the fight to the Shanghai Dragons. As Roshan diving on in, he's going to get weak, forced to use Primal Rage.
This is the last fight here for the Dragons. They need to get this point so they can continue moving on this round. It doesn't seem to have started stellar though. Surefour now finds free fill in the corner, gets 1 big rocket on him. That does going to make him hurt. Remix gets rezzed up back in the fight, so the Gladiators still have 6 players with Undead going down. No, Asher gives up his life to get the kill on the enemy McCree. Big Goose opts to bring up Remix instead. Perhaps a second time in that fight. Bischu taking cover right now again. Where is the enemy, he wonders, as the Dragons have sort of taken a sprint pause in this fight, but Shaz again picks off Roshan. Bischu going hunting for 5 King, trying to find the Mercy, doesn't quite get it. No, he does. 5 King tries to slip away undetected, and Bischu's going to punish him for his hubris. Now up on the point, still being contested by both sides, and this is everything for the Shanghai Dragons. Last chance for them to make something happen here. The self-destruct claims Remix, but MG is...
Now Surefour, though, building up towards that rocket barrage. It'll be Shaz using the Transcendence. 5 King will use the Valkyrie here as see Surefour just playing around the corner, able to land 2 nice rockets onto Undead. It'll be 5 King using a res onto Roshan, trying to keep him in the action. There comes the rocket barrage out of Surefour, gets nothing with it.
5 King's done a great job staying alive and getting these resurrects, but it might not be enough to keep the Gladiators away from their front door. They're knocking, and Surefour's already found MG in the fight. There's no resurrect available for 5 King. He needs to take a back seat. His Valkyrie also has expired, so he has less healing and less mobility, and that's going to prevent him from escaping very quickly. Time's up, Dragons. That's the series. A big bit of 4 Overwatch for you, as the Gladiators look real good doing it.
Gladiators show why they're kind of a team that comes in as an underdog into the season, but a very scary one at that. They have a lot of versatile DPS players. You see the teamwork is there for this roster. It's one that I think as time goes on, they'll get even better.